New on Curiosity Stream.
I'm James Burke. I'm going to take you on a journey through time.
James Burke's visionary series returns, reimagined for our time.
Now, this is all uncharted territory.
The Washington Post hails Burke as one of the most intriguing minds in the Western world. The New York Times raves he careens from one great moment in history to another.
Where do we want to go from here?
Experience all new connections.
So what's the next connection?
With monthly, annual, and bundled plans, find the one that works for you at curiositystream.com.
Did you miss your deadline to renew your Medicaid coverage? You can still send your completed annual review form to Healthy Connections Medicaid. You may be assigned to another health plan, but you can ask to come back to First Choice within 60 days of renewed Medicaid eligibility. It's your family. It's your choice. First Choice is the right choice. Renew and choose us. Visit selecthealthofsc.com/renew to learn more.
The pop culture field,
Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Pop Culture Field Manual podcast, sitting right at the intersection of weapons, action, the military, and pop culture.
Hello.
Today is an exciting day because,
I'm very excited for this one.
New episode of the week.
Yep.
That's exciting.
Welcome back. I'm glad you made it. Sorry about that thing that happened a couple days ago. I'm glad you made it through. Don't worry, it'll be all right in the end.
What is that?
I'm just saying, somebody probably, it's like I'm
like you're talking to the
comforting
audience?
somebody in
Are
the
you
audience.
breaking the fourth wall?
Yeah, I'm letting them know that I'm there for them in that traumatic experience that occurred in their life. I'm sure they will recover soon. We'll always have good memories of that family member that may or may not have passed away.
Okay. Well, thanks for that, man. Way to put it out there in the universe. So now it's going to have to happen to someone.
I'm a comforting force.
Okay. Well, this episode, we are back with more to add to the very prestigious...
More shoulder movements
more
for
shoulder
those that are
movements,
watching
more
on
gyration.
YouTube. More gyration.
For the vehicle wish list.
Vehicle wish list, man.
Yeah, if you guys don't remember, we did way back when.
Way back. Yeah, one of our OG episodes.
Yeah,
actually.
well, it was like, I think it was like episode 6 or something. I don't know if I can remember, but...
I don't even care.
I'm going to actually confirm that.
I don't even care. I care, actually.
It was episode 8.
Episode 8.
And we are now on episode 46. First of all, everybody give
these
themselves
things out.
a hand. Everybody give themselves a hand because we're at 46 now. That's
Listen,
awesome.
You know what? It's time to get out of your car. Actually, it's time to get back into your car.
Get back in your car.
Because we're doing a vehicle wish list.
Exactly. But we know that pop culture is a giant anomaly. It's constantly changing. It's constantly evolving. New things keep being introduced to it.
An anomaly, amoeba.
Yes. And... we have to stay current. We can't just do something and just forget about it.
That's one of the good things about this kind of format is that we can do this over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Because they're just going to keep coming out with awesome vehicles and awesome video games.
Or there's ones that we miss, or there's ones that we completely forget about. And we're like, no way, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And I found myself doing a lot of that this episode. So what we're going to do is we're going to revisit the vehicle wish list and add to it and update it. So here is our new and improved wish list.
Yes.
What do you got? You want to start? Yeah, go ahead.
Let's do it, man. I got the first one up here because I got a lot of crap for this last time when we didn't do this, and ever since then for not adding it to the list. But the Normandy from the Mass Effect franchise, folks. Mass Effect 1, 2, and 3. And I don't know. I haven't played Andromeda yet, but I'm on 3 on stream. Playing it on Mondays right now. But the Normandy, it's the command ship that Shepard flies all around the universe in. It gets upgrades from game to game. But it's awesome, man. It's where everybody congregates. You got the command deck, you got the engineering deck, you got the crew deck, and then you got up at the top, you got your
This is a big
quarters.
old vehicle. This isn't just like, a 2-seater.
Oh no. This is all this is your mobile command post, man.
That's big.
And it's got an iconic design if you look it up. It's super cool. And it's just it's the van from the A-Team. It's with you every step of the way. It's almost like it's its own character.
Where do you park it?
Anywhere you want, baby.
How big is it? It's big.
It's huge. It's ginormous. It's a like a starship or something like that. It's got about I don't know, from the looks of it, it's got like maybe a 40 to 50 man crew or something like that. You only ever see like 10 people.
You can't valet that thing. Then.
No, you can't
cannot
beat that
valet.
in. And of course, it's got the greatest pilot in all the universe, Joker, voiced by Seth Green. Joker's the pilot, and then you got Edie, who's the AI for the ship, who later becomes a physical manifestation.
Seth Green, tiny little boy from Without a Paddle.
Yep, little guy.
But okay, so that's cool.
But anyway, he's Joker. And he's the pilot of the Normandy, and he's awesome. He can get us in and out of any situation. So, yeah, I mean, so far, I haven't played to the end of Mass Effect 3, so don't ruin it for me. But he's awesome. He's cool. And the Normie's amazing. And Shepard's, I am the best Shepard.
I mean, is there anything about the Normandy that like is it like super fast? Is it just super reliable? Or is it just, it's just the ship that
it's an iconic ship, but throughout the course of the series in each game, you get chances to upgrade it. And, you know, the thing about Mass Effect is the choices you make within the game affect the ending and the outcome of the game. Yes. So one thing that was told to me, especially in Mass Effect 2, is you got to get all the upgrades to the ship. Otherwise, it changes the outcome. And you might lose some of your characters, you know? So
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, you get, I mean, like shield upgrades and weapon upgrades and all that kind of stuff. But no, mostly, you know, that's kind of incidental. Mostly it's the iconic design, the fact that Joker's like your main man, you use your pilot, and that it's the ship that Shepard uses to go out and have a massive effect on the universe.
Yeah, that's nice. Very cool. Yes.
Well, what do you got, huh?
It's the N1 Starfighter from Star Wars Episode 1.
Woo!
You know, the yellow one that like Anakin like hijacks and somehow...
the one he fights. Now this is pod racing.
Yeah, this is pod racing. Yeah, so that one.
It's cool. It's from Naboo, right?
Yeah.
Anakin Skywalker jumps in.
But yeah, the thing is so fast and it purrs like a kitten. And in the newer thing, they really give it a little bit more details because back in the first one, it was just like, you know, animation wasn't to where the whole
quite hold up, you know.
Yeah, it wasn't quite. They didn't have the technology to really make it do it justice to where like this is a badass thing. But the newer version, it's like if you just got rebuilt a brand new like V8 engine, and it's like, nice. And you're like, this thing is fucking fast, man.
And that's another thing too. Well, that's what I was looking up last night. Is I think it's Ben Burt. I think is the sound designer from way back all the way up until the prequels. But you know, he would go out and find really interesting, you know, ways to create the sounds. You know, like for the blasters and stuff is like an electrical tension wire for a tower, like hitting it. You know, that pew pew. You know, that's how you get. So he probably
watching the sound designers on the soundstage are like banging spoons together for like footsteps.
Yeah. So it's the same kind of thing. You can hear it. It almost sounds like a classic car. It's got that cycling thing.
Like the cams going. It's like but it's like a starfighter. So it's super cool. But anyways, that would be my first pick on the list. So
right on, man.
Just to end Chris's suffering.
All right, we'll move on. All right. So anyway, the Book of Boba Fett. No.
Yeah.
No. So this one's near and dear to my heart because I've grown up with this franchise, this series. I read the manga. You know, the movie came out in like the mid 90s or late 90s, actually. I think when I was in college. But the Tachikoma from Ghost in the Shell.
Tachikoma.
Specifically the manga, because I think there's something called the Tachikoma, which is in the animated series standalone complex. But they're basically...
Tachikoma.
It's the Tachikoma, yes.
Senpai.
Oh, it's a guy, but they're basically like little one-person tanks. They got kind of like spidery legs and stuff like that. But they also... when they're not being manned by a person, they have an AI.
Is that what those
autonomous.
are? I saw that picture and I was like, I have no idea what I'm
looking at.
Yeah,
that's Bateau sitting on top of one of the Tachikomas. And so they got little like Gatling guns and cannons and stuff. They got like little arms.
They kind of look like the little
legs.
Tanks from Metal Slug. You know what I'm talking about? When you
a little bit like that. You know, those have treads and stuff, but they can jump around and stuff.
I'm looking.
These guys can climb up walls. There was a Ghost in the Shell video game for the PlayStation 1 where you were one of these little Tachikoma guys. You can go upside down and you know, all around. That's the cool thing. It would change the perspective. So as you would go up on a roof, it would change the camera angle too.
Oh,
so
really?
It was opposite.
Everything was upside down.
But yeah, the cool thing about them is like they're kind of like comic relief in the series or in the manga because they like do their own thing. They're kind of autonomous when they're not being manned by somebody, so they go off in little adventures and goof around and trip all over each other and stuff. They're cute. They're cute. The Japanese are good at the cute stuff. You know, so cute tanks. Only the Japanese can come up with the cute tanks.
We got small tanks.
Oh, you like the small tanks? We're going to go to small tanks.
Everything's so small.
It's a guy.
So I mean, you said they got like Gatling guns. So in the game, because I need some oomph, man.
Oh man, well they got Gatling guns, they got rockets and stuff like that. You can if you want to look at some footage and stuff like that, you can. But the game itself was not all that great. But the cool thing about it was that you got to pilot these little Tachikoma tanks.
Are they fast?
Yeah, they're super fast, and then they're very agile. They can jump around. They can, like I said, climb on walls and climb on ceilings and up the sides of buildings and stuff, which added to the fun of the game. But anyway, just I want to get that on there because I feel like anime doesn't get we don't get as much love as it could.
No, it just gets an entire episode.
Right, that's what we do. We just give it an entire episode. We put it in the corner. And then we say, stay there.
No
until
one
we
puts
come back
baby in the
for you.
corner.
No one puts anime in the corner.
Yeah, but well, that's a good one, man. I'm glad you're slowly putting anime into the episodes. I've noticed
indoctrinating. Yep.
Meanwhile, I'm over here about to mention John fucking Wick again because that's what we do in this podcast.
What a great choice, actually.
Original John Wick. His 1969 Mach 1 Mustang, the one he originally has on the airfield, where he's just gripping it and ripping it.
Yep.
That is my dream car. So like if I had like how much is the price tag on it? I think they're like they have to be over 6 figures for like this specific one. If I had the money to spend, I'd get that exact car. It is so cool. Are you looking up the sticker tag on this one? Because obviously they're restored and it's not a Shelby. I don't know if they had the Shelbys back there. My car guys out there. Did they have a 1969 Shelby? I'm pretty sure they did. Or
just motorauthority.com says it starts at $169,000.
Yeah. Yep, if I had the Ched, that'll be like my Sunday car. But that thing is so cool, man. I mean, I can appreciate classic cars just because it's just like anything. Like, I wonder if this podcast is going to be considered a classic in like 100 years.
I wonder, man, when the aliens have taken over and colonized Earth.
Exactly. When we're under
maybe
one.
Maybe it'll be a classic because the aliens I'm thinking of will have taken over and then like disarmed all of humanity. So we're like their slaves. So it's like a novelty for them to listen to when we thought like we had weapons and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But those are the aliens.
You know, that reminds me of my movie plot. Have I told you my movie plot?
No.
I came up with this in Arizona. Remember? You're like, that would be an interesting movie.
Oh, yes.
The time capsule movie.
The time capsule movie.
So I had an idea for a movie, and it was, I just need a couple of writers. But it was a time capsule, and it's like, takes place like right now. You know, because time capsules, not a lot of people do time capsules anymore.
Right.
And the idea was that we bury a grandfather buries a time capsule with like a letter and a bunch of fucking guns inside of it.
Oh yeah.
And a piece of like the Constitution and whatnot. And then like his son in like 30 or like his grandson or his great grandson in like 30 or 40 years. And like the entire country is the entire world is like under one government now. And they like disarm the people. And they like take away books and all that shit. And then he like stumbles across these coordinates and digs up this time capsule that has like a bunch of guns and the Constitution. And he's like, wait, you mean we used to be free?
Yeah.
And then he like starts his rebellion and arms them and fights the world power.
Yeah, I think that's a great movie. I think it'd be hard to get it financed because of the current climate. You have to get it.
It'd be it's very political
maybe.
thing. Yeah. So, but I was like, this is such an American movie.
That'd be awesome.
I got fucking pumped up listening to that.
That's cool, man.
Yeah.
What I like about this choice, Cameron Lama, is it's a car. It's not like a spaceship or an alien thing. It's just a slick, cool, classic car. But it totally fits with what we're talking about because it's John Wick's car, man.
Yeah, it's John Wick's car.
And don't they it gets like? Does it get busted up in the first or the beginning of the second one?
Well,
the second one it starts with him in the factory getting his car back, right? And then he drops it off to his buddy, right?
And it gets stolen again, right?
I don't know. Do we ever even
not in the second one?
Do we ever even hear about the car again? I think it just takes it. Isn't it like
John
Leguizamo
in the beginning, the Russian mafia takes his car and then he tries to get it back because they kill his dog, and he's like, "The car's over here, right?" And
yeah, they steal it, and then at the beginning of the second one, he gets it back from Peter Stormare at the warehouse, and then he gives it to John Leguizamo to fix up because he beats the hell out of the car in the beginning of the second one. But then we never see it again.
Yeah, you're right. We never see it again. Maybe we'll get it back in the fourth.
He's running around chopping off his fingers.
Yeah, I gotta rewatch those.
Dude, they're great. Good choice, man. All right.
Yeah, let's hear. What do you got? What's your second choice? All right, your third choice. This
is my third choice on this list is, man, these movies have such a special place in my heart, much like the Tachikoma, but even a little bit deeper because I saw this one when I was a kid. but it's the light cycles from Tron.
Yes.
And obviously in the sequel in Tron Legacy, which was an okay movie. It was pretty solid. It wasn't one of the best, but they look even better, you know.
Yeah, they do.
Because they have that whole arena battle and stuff like that. And it's just a feast for the eyes, you know, because they really, at the time, they were trying to push the envelope. They didn't quite pass that uncanny valley when it came to, you know, like youthifying Jeff Bridges, you know, and having him play Clue. But the light cycles themselves are awesome, man. They get the cool glowing like aspect to them, like the new ones, and then they leave like the trail behind.
Yeah, how long is that trail that they leave behind? Because you imagine driving down on the street.
Yeah,
and
you kind of
make like a left turn. All of a sudden, there's like a 7-car pileup because you just fucked somebody.
Good thing you can turn them off and on, which is very important.
Okay, that's good.
But that's part of the game. And for anybody who's old enough that played the arcade game, this was one of the games you could play because you had to kind of head them off and run them into your light walls.
Yeah,
you know.
So get some real road rage there. That fucker cut me off. Light wall.
You can never take the same route twice, you know, around town.
It's like a game of Snake.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are cool, man. I like what they did in the Legacy remake. I mean, the picture you put here is nice. It's a good reminder. Plus, you get that matching suit.
Yeah, and they did a lot with like kind of dark spaces and light. Basically, it's darkness and light,
and just a really popping light.
Yeah, just the reflections and stuff like that. They almost in the remake, you know, they're like really down low in the bike, you know. And in the first one, obviously they were as well, but it was entirely encased.
Yeah, in the bike.
And they actually did feature one like an actual old style light bike from the first movie in the second movie. It was like a classic, like an antique. In Jeff Bridges' garage. So just like so cool, like kind of capture the imagination and stuff like that. The way they used them in the arena battles was just awesome. So,
and I mean, they challenged each other, right? Didn't they challenge each other?
What do you mean?
To like the light cycle battle.
Well, I mean, in the second one, you know, what is it? Jeff Bridges' son, Flynn's son, gets taken into the computer world, and he meets Clue, which is a computer program made by Jeff Bridges' character, Flynn's character. And then Flynn is the master of this kind of like whole area, and he puts him in the games to kind of like kill him and like show all the programs that the users are nothing, you know.
I got to rewatch Tron, man. I never even understood it as when I watched it.
Tron, the idea of Tron was like, it was kind of a bit of ahead of its time, but it was, you know, like when we think about like the internet and the digital world, we don't think of it as much as concrete terms. Like in Tron, there were actual like transistors and circuits walking around, you know, and it was like very much like miniaturized versions of what you would see on like a circuit board. Now we're much more cerebral when we think about VR and alternate realities and stuff. It's a little more like fantastical and you know, more abstract. But the Tron stuff was like very like, you know, what would it be like to be running around on that circuit board right there, you know? So.
Back in the old times.
Back in the olden days, we would run around in our circuit boards. We wouldn't imagine fantastical worlds. We'd have our light bikes and our light ships and our lightly caffeinated drinks.
Yes. Whoa. Is that the end of that one?
That's the end. We can move on, all right?
Okay. Speaking of motorcycles, mine would have to be the Brute Chopper from Halo 3. You know that giant thing with like a one wheel? It's just got
it's a hover vehicle, right?
Yeah,
you can commandeer them.
You can commandeer them, and they're sometimes available in the multiplayer, but they're definitely available in the campaign, and you just mow people over with those things. I mean, they have giant spikes. They look like a battering ram because it's a giant one wheel in the front, and then the part where you sit is actually a hover. Like there's a little jet
so one part is in contact with the ground and the other part is not.
It's just hovering.
Oh, interesting.
It's got a little jet on the back, but the
I
entire
never played
thing's
Halo
just
3, so.
Just covered in spikes. So like you don't even have, and you can like boost and everything because that's got little jets on it that make it go faster. But you don't even have to boost to like kill someone in the game. You just literally run over them because it's heavy and it sucks to drive, and it's got these slow like needle cannons on the front. You can shoot people with spikes and just ruin their day. So I think that would be awesome to have in like LA traffic.
That's
just like
awesome,
run over people and send a spike through somebody that like cuts me off. That'd be cool.
Can you imagine? I mean, it very much invokes like Mad Max vibes.
Oh, it's
to go on the road is like taking your life.
I just need a couple like spears hanging off the back.
Yep,
with like some Wild Boy shit on it. And,
War Boys,
the War Boy stuff. Yeah, with like some explosive on the end of the spears. But yeah, dude, that thing is pretty cool. I mean, I was like trying to think of vehicles yesterday. I was like, Because there's not a lot, if you think about it. There's not a lot of noble, like,
well, it depends on what we've
chariots.
been exposed to.
Yeah.
I'm sure people are screaming at their radios right now.
What about this?
What about this vehicle? Don't you never mention the thing?
Send it an email.
Send us an email.
The site
and
when
then
you
we'll
park.
include it.
When you park your car.
When you park your car, yeah. Don't do it right now. That's dangerous.
The Brute Chopper, I think it came out, correct me if I'm wrong, folks. I think it was introduced in Halo 2, and then it was kind of mastered in Halo 3, and it's gone on since then. It kind of became a staple in the game. But yeah, when it first came out, I was like, this thing is brutal. No pun intended. But because it's driven by brutes. But no, it's I love the craftsmanship on it. It just looks like a war machine.
Yeah.
And that's what attracted to me, because I mean, my other choices, most of them are not fantasy. They're actually real that I just want.
I appreciate that, though, because that my mind immediately goes to the stars.
Yes.
And we actually don't, as I'm thinking about it, we don't have a lot of like grounded vehicles, as in grounded in reality. You know?
I mean, my next two are pretty grounded in reality.
Actually, I got one. This is off the top of my head.
Yeah,
but
sure.
Just because I'm playing it now. For you, it's been a couple of weeks, my dear audience. But for me, it's been just a little bit. But your horse from Ghost of Tsushima, because your horse, you get to name it, and you can get like different saddles and looks for it, And I named mine Nobu. And
after the sushi restaurant.
No, not after the after the Nobu. After the Japanese thing that is a Nobu. I don't know what Nobu means, actually, and I have to look it up right now. But you're very he's like very kind to the horse, and he carries you everywhere, right?
Yeah.
He's like your noble steed, And you can choose to feed him and pet him and like take care of him and stuff, and that'll like improve his mood, and he'll
run faster,
act better. Yeah,
farther.
Exactly. And he's always saying like, "You're a good horse, Nobu. I would never trade you for anything." It's like, whoa, Nobu, careful, See,
I wanted to get a horse. That's a great idea. I wanted to get a horse. I started watching Yellowstone. And I was like, I want to start ranching. But I'm like, I got grit. I went to ranger school. I could do ranch life. Yeah, Yellowstone was awesome.
But do you know anything about ranching?
It's
more than just buying a horse and then shooting people. Although
What?
Yellowstone makes it seem like that.
What are you
What are you
talking
talking about?
Oh.
What else is there?
Well,
I'm kidding.
My grandfather runs
I
a
actually
ranch.
went to a ranch retreat. I went to a ranch, like
I
a
saw that,
veteran.
and you ate a testicle.
Yeah, I ate a bolt. We castrated the calves, and then fresh testicles, we ate them. I ate two because I forgot to record the first one to prove that I ate a testicle.
Oh, you gotta get that recording.
Yeah, but no, it was really fun. They roped the dudes, and there was this kid there who was like, must have been 8 years old, like roping the cattle and like pulling them and everything. It was nuts. I mean, not literally. I mean, no pun intended. It was nuts. But they like branded the horse. Rebranded the calves and like gave them their shots and everything.
Oh, okay, I got it. You don't have to leave a comment now anymore, folks. So you can choose what name to give your horse in Ghost of Tsushima, and I named him Nobu, which means trust.
Trust.
You can name
it gives you a list of names.
Yeah, you can name him Nobu, Sora, Kage, or Kaze.
I would name him Kage.
Well, Kage means shadow.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I knew that.
And then Kaze means wind, and Sora means sky.
Yeah, shadow's cool.
Yeah.
Shadowfax!
I love that there's like an emotional attachment there because it's an animal, Not that you can't get emotionally attached to a Mustang or a bull testicle.
Yes.
All right, I'm going to bring one next. I love this one. I think it's just because I want to talk about this game franchise.
Go for it, man.
So much. It's the USG Ishimura from the Dead Space franchise. It's actually in Dead Space 1 and then a little bit in 2, but it's basically where the main events of the video game take place in Dead Space 1. You're Isaac Clarke. You're on your way to go find out what happened to the ship and also your girlfriend at the time. And the game takes place on the USG Ishimura, which is a mining ship. They call it a planet cracker, where it can take large chunks out of a planet and like break them down and process them, and you lose contact with it. And then when you get on the ship, you realize it's full of necromorphs, these monsters that have been people that have been mutated into monsters. It's awesome. The game itself was one of the scariest games I ever played. And the second one was even better. The third one was just okay. But it's this giant vessel that looks, it's not in a sleek design. It's actually kind of harsh and like overbearing in its design. If you look at the picture there, which I like it's almost like a cathedral kind of like feel,
Yeah, I would nickname it Ritz.
Why?
Because it's a planet cracker.
I walked right into that one, didn't I?
Yes.
Just let the pain sink in. Let's just let the pain sink in. Okay, let's move on. One thing I love about certain spaceship designs, and they kind of did it in the Dune remake, the Denis Villeneuve Dune remake. That's hard to say. But they don't design ships with like this kind of aerodynamic aspect to them, because a lot of ships, they look like they could like fly in an atmosphere, but not necessarily true for a ship that would never be within an atmosphere, like just a spaceship. So it doesn't have to have any kind of like sleekness to it, and you look at the USG Ishimura, and it just looks like it could never fly. but it's
kinda
okay
like
because it's meant to be for space. Yeah, it does kind of have a bug-like kind of aspect
like a
to
locust or something.
Yeah, exactly. There could be some aspects of like, because it's definitely for harvesting rocks and planets and stuff like that. So
rocks and things.
and it's massive too. That's great. What's great about the game is that you go through all the different sections of the ship, and it just has this massive feel to it. So that would be. I like it. I like it a lot.
I like it. Well, you know what I like? Because you skipped me last time, so I'm going to do two in a row now.
Right to one mine.
But back to reality. Oh, there goes gravity.
Well,
I want a Polaris M-Razor. And the one that I used in Regiment. You know why? Because these things are fucking cool.
They
and
look like little all-terrain vehicles, like little like dune buggies.
Yeah, man, they are they're 4x4s, and you can fit 5 dudes, 2 in the front, 3 in the back. And the ones we had panels on them, so you can mount 240s to the sides, and you could actually put a 50 cal in the back if you wanted to. And they're fast. So like those things are fast, and I was one of the few dudes to get qualified on those, and I still have my certs for it.
You had to get qualified?
Yeah, so in the military, you have to like qualify on every single vehicle you drive.
You got to get that piece of paper, man.
Yeah, you got to get the piece of paper. But this one was actually hard to get qualified on because you needed to go to a specific course. So I ended up getting really lucky and going to the M-Razor and mini bike course, and it was like 2 weeks of just fun. It was the best course ever. We just went to the AT park there, the all-terrain park, and or the ATV park there, and on Lewis they have one. And they literally, we just drove there and shredded for 2 weeks straight, and then on the last day we ran like a quick hit practice mission, and boom, I got my certs. It was so much fun. Nice. And these things are so fast and agile. Like, well, we had some that were gasoline at first, and they were super fast. Like we took them all the way up past 80 miles an hour.
Wow. And
they're like little off-road, like little dune buggy things. So they get fast, and then they replaced them with diesel supercharged ones. And I don't know why they went with that, because the first ones we had ran off just regular premium gas.
Okay.
And the second ones ran off diesel, and I don't know why they made
it. Had to
have
been a cost thing or something.
Must have, but then they also supercharged them, so like when you could hear like the wheel go like when you went, and they were fun still, but I like the gas ones better because the pedal response was more reactive.
Is it just me, or does it look like the back wheels are smaller than the front wheels?
No, they're all the same size. Okay, it's just the angle of that picture. But yeah, man, those things were super fun. They're super cool, easy to drive. Anybody can sit there. Like, I'd be like, this means, he's like, that scene in Fury when he hands him the gun. He's like, teach him how to use it. He's like, you open this, now you're killing. You close it, now you're not. It's like the same shit with that thing. It's like, you put this in park, all right, press it out, turns on, left to go left, right to go right. There's your brake, there's your pedal. Good luck. And they were so much fun, man. So I really want one of these.
Is there a mission set that these would be ideal for?
Quick insertion.
Quick insertion.
Okay. That's exactly what they were. I mean, like, there's no ballistic armor on them. In this vehicle's case, it's like your defense is your offense and speed. Because, I mean, you can engage sitting there. I'm in the picture. You can see the dude's, like, raising his gun out the window. Yeah. It's easy to manipulate.
It looks like in this picture that you used, he's even got, like, a little mounted, like, articulating arm system.
Yeah, so that's the pintle. So they mount, and you can, like, how some Humvees have, like, on the back, you could have that tripod, or the pintle system that basically you mounted a gun, you could keep, like, a can of ammo. Yeah. Same thing right there.
We actually had this, when we were in Iraq, one of the teams that was kind of out of way, took off a couple of the doors on their Humvee and did that articulating arm things.
Yeah, so those things are super awesome, man. I mean, it's not like, yes, it's on my wish list, and it's not impossible like some freaking Dead Space dumb spaceship. But
wait a minute.
Okay, but it's like they're just so expensive. I mean, the M-Razor, I think, has a price tag of like upwards of 30-40 grand just for the thing.
Jeez. Sounds like military pricing to me.
Yeah, no, they're super expensive.
Oh, they want to get my email. Come on.
Ah, come on.
What am I, some sort of government contractor?
Yeah, what do you think?
I'm guessing like 100,000 or something like that.
Probably. All surplus. Let's see. Let's see what the surplus store says. 35, currently 40. For this one, 2014 M-Razor ATV side-by-side off-road military vehicle is currently there's 41 bids, and this one was sold by the Dale County Sheriff's Department. So, yeah, if you want one, you just got to fork up a couple $35,000. That's auction pricing too, so that they may have gotten a good deal. I don't know. But yeah, that's on my wish list.
Nice, man.
Yeah.
That's pretty awesome.
It is.
I'm out of vehicles on this.
You're
wish
out of
list.
vehicles on your wish list?
I'm scrambling to look for other vehicles.
Oh, it's okay because I have
one
one more. No, because I have another one.
Oh, you do have one more?
Remember, because you skipped me.
Oh, wait.
okay.
I just wanted to throw something in because you said a horse earlier, and I never thought of that as a vehicle, but I guess it is. And then you said Shadowfax, but why not Shadowfax?
Yeah, Shadowfax.
He's the king of horses.
Yeah, he is the king of horses.
Yeah. That's how you summon him, folks.
That's how you summon Shadowfax if you're Gandalf the White.
Yeah, Shadowfax is good. He's the king of the horses.
Why got to be white? Samus's gunship. Have we talked about this yet?
No.
Samus's gunship is awesome.
Well, actually, Cam got to go twice because you went twice.
Oh, come on. All right, well,
That's
I
what
would
happens
love to
when you
talk
go out
about
of turn.
Samus's gunship after I mentioned my last one.
Well, sorry, we only have enough time for one more of Cam's, and then we don't have any more time.
Oh, man. You're lying to me.
Possibly.
Well, this one I want on my wish list is the MH6 Little Bird.
Oh, the little bird.
Yes, everybody knows what these things are. They're in Black Hawk Down. They've been in service for quite some time, over 30 years now. I actually think they're trying to retire them, but I say nay. I say don't retire them because they're so cool. But the MH6 Little Bird is pretty much a miniature helicopter. It's got a pilot. You can fit 2 pilots up there and like 4 dudes sitting off the side.
Wait, you can fit 4 dudes in that?
Yeah, I mean,
It looks
look at
so
those
small.
picture. Look at that picture. They're fast roping off the side, and there's 2 pilots.
Oh,
there's
I guess you're
2
right.
people on each side, so you can fit like 8 dudes. No,
Wow,
1, 2,
man.
3, 4,
Like,
5, 6. 6 dudes in it. Not to mention, you can outfit them with some heavy firepower. Unfortunately,
I remember the miniguns from Black Hawk Down.
Yeah, unfortunately, I never got the chance to ride in one of these. I know a couple dudes did, but I have only ridden in 47s and 60s.
Yeah, me too.
We got to use them for fire support on a couple training missions. And like that minigun scene when he's mowing them down.
Yeah.
It's 100% true. Like when we were doing the training mission, they would do gun runs over us and just minigun the fuck out of something. But the one thing is, if you're underneath it, you get showered with brass.
Oh, yeah.
Like
You mentioned this before.
Hot brass.
hot brassing.
Yeah, and it goes everywhere. It goes down your shirt. It goes all over your hand. It hurts like a motherfucker.
And it hoits.
And it hoits. But yeah, these things would be so cool to have because I mean, like, they're so small.
Mm-hmm.
Like, have you ever seen them be transported? Like the rotors just get collapsed down into one, and then you can literally with like 3 guys put it on a wheel and like push it down the rack.
You know, it's funny. The first time I ever remember seeing these, now that I'm thinking about it, is in the old Magnum PI show.
Yes,
because his buddy flew. It looked like a little bird. It was like a stunt helicopter, but in the opening sequence, you can always see it like zooming around Hawaii. A little bit of old guy reference for you there, for you young whippersnappers. Get off my lawn.
Yeah, get off my lawn. And I mean, there's a lot of variants of these things too. I mean, the UH-6 is like the current military helicopter, but then they also have like the OH-6, which is like the Vietnam version of it, or like the older school.
Wait, those were around back then? Cool.
Yeah, they were, man. It looks like it. I mean, let's see. Hughes OH-6 Cayuse.
Yeah.
Model
The
3. It's civilian helicopter. Oh yeah, Vietnam War used.
Wow.
160th used these in the Vietnam War. Yeah, so that was a predecessor.
Okay.
Predecessor to those. But yeah, man, I would love to have, just casual, when I'm a billionaire one day, just have a UH-6 that I go to like Ralph's with or something and like park on the rooftop.
That's funny. And you could too, because those things can get in and out of pretty tight spaces.
Oh yeah, they're so small. They're so small. Standing next to them, you're like, this thing flies. And then they come up and they freaking rain all hell down on you, and you're like, oh shit, yeah, they fly. They fly. So that concludes my wish list.
I want to bring in one more, or maybe two more, because I want to keep talking about these things because they're awesome and they make me happy. I'm going to bring in Samus Aran's gunship from the Metroid series, and I'm going to sing all my stuff. That energy drink is kicking in, actually. No, so in Metroid, the main character Samus has a gunship that she flies around in, and I'm just looking at different models. The main model almost kind of looks like her helmet. Actually,
you want this thing
from the
dude?
Front view? Yeah. What I love about it is that it's a one person, like it's an all-in-one one person ship.
You're flying head,
basically. But I can just imagine like the inside. You get a few shots of the inside sometimes, but it's just for her. Like that's all she needs. You know, I imagine she's probably got a little like living quarters things in there. You know, this is what she flies around in and stuff. And it's awesome, man. It's just like got a really cool compact design. I guess they kind of change it up when they do Metroid Prime 3 Corruption. It kind of changes a little bit, but it's cool. I like having like the idea of a custom ship that's just for you is really appealing to me. And the Metroid series has been around for so long, man.
Well, I respectfully disagree because I think this thing is ugly as hell.
What?
And it does not look appealing.
How dare you?
It's okay, man.
How dare you?
I'm just telling you that you're wrong, but I'm not telling you what to do or how to think.
Just saying that you're wrong.
I'm just saying you're wrong.
What your ideas are dumb.
Yeah, and I hate you. No, I mean, yeah, whatever.
No,
It's
not
not
you
like-
don't have to humor me, man.
That's okay. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave it as not a fan. It's not a fan. But what else? You had one more, right?
Sticking my guts. No, that was my one more.
That was your one more?
Yeah, unless you had one more.
No, I don't have another one. You know what? How about we just go to our fan question?
You want to do the fan question? All right.
Yeah, go ahead and read it because I feel like I've been reading all the fan
You've
questions
been
lately.
talking a lot and you just shut up now. All right, this is from David Jewett via email. What are some things from pop culture you'd like to see in the military? This is cool. This is a good question. What are some things from pop culture? I feel like we got something similar, a question similar to this a while back.
No, we answered the question.
Yeah, you answered it via the email. Yeah, you emailed him directly, but I think it's a fun question that
for everybody.
Yeah, everyone should hear your answers because I like both your answers.
Oh man, what was my answer?
I know my answer.
Do you want me to answer for you?
I know my
you said,
answer.
Mechs.
Oh, mechs. Yeah, like Mech Warrior mechs. Yeah. Yes, absolutely. Any giant walking robot, especially like the Titan. The Titan specifically from Titanfall 2, because they're so agile and mobile. I feel like a lot of mechs. There was a video game called Ring of Fire, and it was like a fictional World War II video game from PlayStation 2, I think. And you had mechs, but they were in the style like imagined if like World War II kind of era technology, you know? And you had a mech, and then you had like a fire team that was like a support team for the mech, and they all had different abilities and stuff. I'm like, that is such a cool idea, but the idea of having mechs in real life, they're power issues, mobility issues, you know, like they just don't like, they wouldn't be all that quick.
Yeah.
So like if we could get something akin to the Titan, the super mobile kind of thing, that would be what I would do.
Do you know what I answered?
You have that look of like you're laughing on the inside because you think I'm a nerd.
No. I just think my answer was really funny.
What was it?
Yeah, I said co-ed showers, like in Starship Troopers.
Oh, I'm thinking of like vehicles and stuff. You're just thinking of any concept.
Oh
from
yeah,
pop
it's like from pop culture, and it was the first thing that popped up because I'm pretty sure I responded immediately, and I was like, co-ed showers, respectfully, Cameron Fats, and that's all I said. Yeah, like Starship Troopers, you know how they're all in the shower together. Yep. I was like, what themes from pop culture would you like to see in the actual military? It's like college showers, boost morale. Boom. Easy answer. And with that, we'll go to our
and all the accompanying problems that would accompany the problem.
Exactly.
Oh,
Jesus Christ. That would be nightmare. Private Smith, why are you?
Yeah. Why have you been in the shower with Private Avery for 4 hours? I don't know why I thought of that.
Private Johnson has been at detention for the past 4 hours. The dude takes long ass showers.
All right, let's move on sleekly and smoothly.
Great transition.
That was a good question.
To the game.
To the game. To the
races. Chris, are you the game master or are you the game master?
I'm the game master. Okay. Hey, look at me. I'm the game master now.
Okay.
So this game is one we've played before. I'm really excited to play it. But this is for you, Cameron. I will be the game master.
Okay.
Since you're our very own gun for hire, don't ask me what that means. This game is tailored for you. This game is one we haven't played in a while. It's called Slangin' It.
Slangin' It.
I'm going to read off some military slang terms, and you tell me if they're real or made up.
Okay.
Yeah.
I hate this game.
What?
Because every branch has their own slang.
You're right. Yeah.
But I will play because I'm a good sport.
You are a good sport. Hopefully you'll do as bad as I did on my solo game.
No one can do that bad. I'm kidding.
If you get one answer right, you will do better than me.
Okay.
So here's the warm-up. Fart sack.
Fart sack, that's a real thing. First, or sleeping bag.
Yeah, you're right. Sleeping bag. I have flight suit as well, but sleeping bag. I remember fart sack from.
You know what's funny? Fart sack, real. It's such a true thing because when you're.
Yes.
When you're in your sleeping bag and
it's not a big space, man.
Dude, you got
and it travels.
Yeah,
and if it does, it only has one way to go up, and that's towards your face.
You gas yourself out.
Yeah, gas yourself out.
Honestly, I'll sit there and I'll like toot in my sleeping bag, and I will just start laughing my.
I will
ass
do
out.
like the fluffy thing. I'll have to fluff it, get the air flowing. You know.
It's so fun, and it's just like it's a fart sack. It's so true and tried and true.
Yep,
it literally is.
And only made up by an organization mostly made up of men. You know.
Yeah. I love that name, dude. Okay, moving on. That was a good one.
All right, here's your first official question.
Okay.
Officer's candy.
Officer's candy. Officer's candy.
Real or fake? Fake or real?
Never heard that. Officer's candy. I'm going to say it's real. It's just something, what is it, like a pen or a pencil or something?
It's correct. It's a real term. For extra points, it's a Navy term used by sailors to describe the scented cake placed in the urinal.
Officer's
candy. Yeah.
Okay.
If I was an officer, I would need that.
I would.
All right. Good. You got that right.
Okay.
Next one, bumper car.
Bumper car.
Yeah, real or fake? Fake or real?
A bumper car. Yeah, get in that bumper car right there.
Can you use it in a sentence?
Yeah, can you use it in a sentence? Is it a verb?
A noun? An adjective?
Actually, that would be a noun. You know, I've actually never heard of bumper car, and there's a lot of different names for like vehicles. I've started using the term army car for like Humvees because I think it's really silly sounding.
Yeah.
So I call like whenever I was like, yeah, get in the Jeemer or like get in the Humvee, you know, get in the Vic. I'm always like, get in the army car. I'm gonna go. Yeah, I could. Yeah, I'll go with real. I just don't know what it
could be referring to.
Yeah.
Wrong. It is fake. It's a fake. But it could be a cool name for a tank.
Yeah, bumper car.
Yeah. That was the option. Okay. Next one. A baked steak.
Baked steak.
Baked steak.
Baked steak.
A baked steak.
A baked steak.
Yeah, baked. Like isn't baked like, you know, cake, but a baked steak.
Yeah, baked steak. Well, I mean, most of their fucking steaks are bake them anyway.
But what could it be referring to?
A baked steak. I've never heard that before. I'm saying it's not real.
Not really sure?
Yeah.
It is fake. It is not real. Yeah. Correct. Or it could sound. Maybe sounds like something like a really old MRE or a new recruit with a sunburn.
A baked steak.
Yeah.
Nice, Chris. I know he's sitting there like, yeah, that could be that.
That's what I love is that you come up with. It's not that it's fake or real. It's if it's fake, what could it be?
I don't know.
Yeah, it's good.
I'm like, what?
I like the effort.
Sorry, I'm not. I was
You're
never
good.
in the military, and
No,
honestly,
like
I'm not dumb enough to be. So.
Yeah.
Oh!
Hey, Chris got a real job.
I represent that remark.
Yeah.
All right. Next, salad bar.
Salad bar.
Yeah.
Salad bar. Salad bar. Yeah, sure. I'm sure it's a real thing. There's salad bars in every every cafeteria.
You understand what slang is, right?
Yeah.
Well, they're not gonna.
It's not
not
literally
a slang
referring to a
term because
salad
it's
bar.
actually referring to a salad bar. It'd be referring to something else.
So I would say it's a real military word, and it's probably have to do with someone rank or something.
Correct and correct.
Yeah.
References the service ribbons found on a military uniform. The salad bar.
Damn,
All the
I'm good
multicolored
at this.
little ribbons. That GWAT,
Yeah.
GWAT ribbon that everybody gets.
Salad bar.
Yep, salad bar. I had never heard that before,
I've never
but I'm
heard
going to trust Chris on this one. Salute and shoot.
Salute and shoot.
Salute and shoot.
Salute and shoot. Is it CHUTE or SHOOT?
SHOOT, like the
Okay,
typical
so-
pew pew
okay.
shoot.
I'm thinking it was like saluting like parachute or
Salute
something.
and shoot. Yeah.
Salute and shoot. Well, if you're saluting someone overseas, you might as well start shooting because they're gonna get shot.
Everybody goes after the officer.
Yeah, you never salute people overseas because then the snipers know who's in charge.
Snipers are. That's old school.
That's old school, yeah. Salute and I've never heard that before. I'm gonna say it's false.
Correct. It is false. It's a fake term. But it could be the nickname for an officer people don't particularly like.
Yeah.
Salute. You're like, ha.
Salute him. Fucking crazy, man.
All right. We got two more.
Two more.
This one is a left-handed monkey wrench.
Left-handed monkey wrench. That's a real thing.
What is it?
It's like, it's something really difficult.
Well, you are correct. It is a real thing. But it's actually a tool that doesn't exist. It's like when you go tell a private to go pick up some grid squares.
Yeah,
it's a tool. There's no
it's
thing
like
of a
in the motor
left-handed
pool. It's like, go pass me the left-handed monkey wrench.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But there's no. It's just a monkey wrench.
Yeah, go pick up some grid squares,
Yeah.
some Chemlight batteries.
Some Chemlight batteries. Yep.
Yeah.
The grid squares one always got me.
Yeah.
So
Are you one of those guys? You're like, oh, Sergeant,
You go out, you're
I
like,
fucking need some grid squares.
What are they? Oh man. Oh, and then you're like, you come back and you see it on his face when you're coming back. He's like, there was nothing.
Really? You didn't ask supply for it, and they're like, "You're a fucking idiot. There's no such thing."
No, this was like during like land nav in basic training, and it was like it was a quick joke. He's like, "Turn around, go find those grid squares I placed in the field." And I and I turn back around, and he's like, "Just get over here, private.
We're in a grid square."
And then here's the last one, Cameron.
One.
You're doing really good. I think you got most of them right.
I missed
like
one.
Just one. Okay, so you're the opposite of how I am during games.
Yes, but this one could be two.
Hit the silk.
Hit the silk?
Hit the silk.
I'm gonna go hit that silk, man.
Whoa. Make it sound so dirty.
I go hit the silk. It's definitely a term for going to bed. But I've never heard it before. Because usually we say, okay, rack out, lights out.
Mm-hmm.
I would say it's an Air Force term.
Okay.
Because it's silk sheets, because those motherfuckers.
Because they're all sleeping.
Yeah, I'm going to say it's a real term for go to bed.
Okay. You are right, but in a wrong sort of way. You are correct. It's a real term, but it's for ejecting from an aircraft and utilizing a parachute.
Oh, really?
Silk.
Hit the silk? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, I still got it.
You still got it. Yeah, you're 9 out of 10, man. You're 90%. Good for you.
That's good. Which one did I miss again?
It was it a bumper car?
Yeah, bumper car. I even said I've never heard that one before.
Yeah.
I don't think it's real, but I'll go for it anyways.
But most of the time, you had good instincts because I hadn't heard of some of these, but like you say, other branches utilize these terms too. So good job, man. You passed with
man.
flying
That was
colors.
fun. I like that one.
Yeah, I like the game.
That was good.
Well,
well, folks, that's all the time we have for this episode of PCFM. We hope you guys enjoyed this redux of vehicle wish list. Let us know what's on your wish list by sending us an email to pcfmpodcast@gmail.com. Israel, you can take it.
Folks, go check out Shift Fire. It's mine and Cameron's standalone site. We explore all things military and firearms culture. It's blowing up. We're really happy with all the support you guys have given us. Shift Fire on YouTube. You can also get a hold of the PCFM podcast. You can check out our episodes on YouTube. We give the visual episode with extra content. You can also get a hold of us on Instagram, PCFM Podcast, or through email, pcfmpodcast@gmail.com. We love to hear from you guys. If you want to hang out with me, I still stream live on Twitch every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Twitch.tv/myhappyself.
Nice. And if you guys want to support my streetwear brand, go ahead and check out Kit God Apparel. That's KITGOD Apparel on Instagram or on our website, www.kitgodapparel.com. Thank you guys so much for listening to this week's episode of PCFM. And as always, drive safe
And
cue
cue
music.
music.